starting floor work, hardwood floor work, which isn't technically true because this is heart pine. Pine's not a hardwood, but this pine kind of is. So here's an original piece out of the cottage, and just cleaned it up with a little bit of water, and you can see how tight the grain is. Old growth heart pine, and yeah, it's pretty tough stuff. This is what I've got salvaged. Now I've got stuff just about as tight, maybe a little less. Might be able to see it better. So that's the original. So pretty close. And I've got a mixed load, and I've got some pretty tight grain in here. Maybe not as tight as that, but pretty close. As close as I'm going to get. And I think we'll take this down to the cottage. I think this is enough to get started with. Feathering. So when I cut these floors, it's basically right angles. You know, eliminate the rot. This is solid. This can stay. That stuff had to go. But I didn't want to get sidetracked on feathering the floors in. So this was a 90, and as you can see, I've feathered them and given them about 6 inches of overlap right there. So I think I got to do the same here, and then here where it is a little bit feathered, just because pieces were falling out. You can see I cut it at a 90, but then these pieces kind of just fell out on their own. I think I need to feather this back more. We've got some damage here and here that I think is significant enough. So I think, unfortunately, I was trying to save as much of the original floors as I can, and I always knew I could cut away more. So, not a big deal. So, that's what we're working on now. Alright, so there's the first part of the blend. If you notice, my gaps are a little wide. I'm trying to match with what's here, and these have pretty wide gaps. They're probably nailed in by hand. They've probably shrunken over the years. So I'm just trying to match what's there, not trying to make it perfect. One little hiccup I've run into is that these salvage boards, I mean, it's really tough to tell. They're maybe a 1/16 of an inch smaller width-wise than the originals. Again, I don't think there's really anything I can do about it. I really think I just have to blend it the best I can. Okay, I didn't film much towards the end. It was just getting frustrating. It's very difficult to replicate like a poorly laid floor and to do it with different flooring than the flooring that was in the building. If I had this original stuff, like exactly, it would be one thing, but using this salvage stuff and trying to feather it in, it was kind of a nightmare. It was a lot of frustration. Anyway, that's the way it looks. Hopefully it'll sand out and look okay. We'll find out. So working on some small flooring repairs. Got kind of stuff like this. And like I said, around here's where that wall was. So, got to do something with that. Okay, today is the day that we're sanding the flooring. I just did a little test patch. I had to rent a larger generator. I plugged the flooring sander, I rented it last night, into my current generator, and it overloaded it immediately without even a load on it. So I started in the back. I'll move that piece of insulation that fell down. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful heart pine. It's got some staining in it, but hey, that's character. But yeah, so the flooring back here is in relatively good condition. As it gets to the middle of the building, it gets rougher. So we're going to see how it does. So yeah, you can see how cupped these boards are. I'm hoping that they sand out. I hope that when I hit it with the sander, they don't just evaporate. These are dry rotten. There's only one way to find out. Okay, I'm having to work fast because I'm trying to get all this clear late on today, but here's the way it looks. And this is just clear polyurethane, and there's that much original color in these floors. Now this is oil based, so it's obviously bringing out more of those golden tones. And look, I know they don't look perfect. There's a lot of dark spots. There's a lot of water stains. But, you know, I don't want these floors to look new. Took 100 years to get them to look like this. So, anyway, I will get back to work. I'll bring you back in a little bit when I've got more done. Okay. It's a little dark in there, so it'll be tough to see. You know, obviously you can see the blend. It's reasonable. At least they're both hard pine, you know. One of them just has a lot more age on it than the other side, but I don't think it looks too bad. It definitely, did it suck up the polyurethane. It sucked it up fast. Obviously these floors, I don't think were ever polyurethaned the first time. So they just drank it up. I used 2 gallons, which it's supposed to do 600 square feet a gallon. It took 2. So yeah, overall I'm happy with it. Like I said, I mean, you're seeing it big and open like this, but in the future, you know, this will be divided into individual rooms and you'll have furniture and carpets. So I don't think this blend is going to be a big issue. All right, I'll bring you back after I do the second coat. All right, we are losing daylight fast and it's getting cold. Coat 2 is down. We're about to do 3. Okay, we're officially out of light, but it's done. 3 coats. Overall, I'm happy. Not perfect. It was never going to be, but the fact that we salvaged these floors at all, I think is pretty amazing. They should last another 100 years like this. All right, sorry about not posting anything sooner, but I've been working heavily on this and on the apple orchard, and you guys might have heard about that hurricane that came through. The station weathered the storm very well. There was no water in the building. We have a tree though that's right behind there, and if it goes, it's going to block my road again and take out my power lines. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully I get the next video out a little bit sooner.